Welcome to another episode of the E3 with Larry Ice video series. We're still in our study of Galatians, and in this episode we'll be talking about the Abraham key. Picking up our text with Galatians 3, 7 through 9. Therefore, recognize that it is those who are of faith who are sons of Abraham. The scripture, foreseeing that God would justify the Gentiles by faith, preached the gospel beforehand to Abraham, saying, all the nations will be blessed in you. So then, those who are of faith are blessed with Abraham the believer. Paul goes on talking about Abraham, and he gets straight to the point, declaring that the children of Abraham are those who believe God. Now, he was not the first to bring up the idea that physical lineage is not the way to God. In Luke 3:8, John the Baptist said, do not start saying to yourselves, we have Abraham as our father. For I say to you that from these stones God is able to raise up children for Abraham. What this says about God is nearly beyond our ability to comprehend. But it points out that he alone determines how we can be placed into relationship with him. That Paul, a Pharisee and self-proclaimed Hebrew of Hebrews, would say this is earth-shaking. Abraham was venerated by the Jews. Indeed, Abraham was the source of the Hebrew nation. He was a son of Shem, a Semite, through Eber, which appears to be where the name Hebrew originated. The first mention of the word Hebrew is used of Abram in Genesis 14:13. We get an idea of how strongly the Jews of Christ's day felt about their lineage from Abraham in John 8:51 to 53. There, Jesus said, truly, truly, I say to you, if anyone follows my word, he will never see death. The Jews said to him, now we know that you have a demon. Abraham died, and the prophets as well, and yet you say, if anyone follows my word, he'll never taste of death. You're not greater than our father Abraham who died, are you? The prophets died too. Who do you make yourself out to be? After a bit more discourse, John 8:15 to 59 records how the discussion ended. Jesus said, your father Abraham was overjoyed that he would see my day, and he saw it and rejoiced. So the Jews said to him, you're not yet 50 years old, and you've seen Abraham? Jesus said to them, truly, truly, I say to you, before Abraham was born, I am. Therefore they picked up stones to throw at him, but Jesus hid himself and left the temple grounds. Knowing all this, the fact that Paul would make such an amazing statement should cause us to pay very close attention to the point that he's making. That it is those who believe God who are counted as children of Abraham is a recurring theme. Romans chapter 4 is dedicated to this truth. Here's a snippet. Is this blessing then on the circumcised or on the uncircumcised also? This is Romans 4, 9 through 12. For we say, faith was credited to Abraham as righteousness. How then was it credited? While he was circumcised or uncircumcised? Not while circumcised, but while uncircumcised. And he received the sign of circumcision, a seal of the righteousness of the faith which he had while uncircumcised, so that he might be the father of all who believe without being circumcised, that righteousness might be credited to them, and the father of circumcision to those who not only are of the circumcision, that means the Hebrews, but who also follow in the steps of the faith of our father Abraham, which he had while uncircumcised. Another clear example is found in Romans 9, 6 through 8. And this is just the last half of 6 here, the last part of 6, where Paul said, they are not all Israel who are descended from Israel, nor are they all children because they are Abraham's descendants, but through Isaac your descendants shall be named. That is, it is not the children of the flesh who are children of God, but children of the promise are regarded as descendants. This is such an important point. Two children were born to Abraham and Sarah, Ishmael and Isaac. Ishmael was born after Sarah and Abe decided to help make Father's promise come true by having Abe sleep with a servant girl named Hagar. Isaac, on the other hand, was miraculously born to Abe and Sarah, who, by the way, had been unable to bear children her whole life, when she was about 90 and he was about 100 years old. This lesson is one we can all take to heart. Some have stumbled in this when they felt Father leading them by his Spirit to some destination or goal. And rather than allowing him to be the driving force by which that goal is accomplished, some have felt the need to step in and be the cause themselves. Causal self-effort is upside down in the kingdom. According to Philippians 2:13, it is he who is at work in us, both to desire and to do godly things. And according to Philippians 1:6, he will work his plan to completion in and through us. We need only depend on him and allow events to unfold as he directs and presents them. Parenthetically, it's also interesting to note that these two sons, the son of the promise and the son of the flesh, were in conflict with one another. In this, I see a picture of the war between the Spirit of God within us and the fleshly ways of the world around us. We'll get to this again in Philippians 5:17. But now, Galatians 3:8 and 9 sum this up well. The scripture, foreseeing that God would justify the Gentiles by faith, preached the gospel beforehand to Abraham, saying, all the nations will be blessed in you. So then, those who are of faith are blessed with Abraham the believer. Genesis 12:1 through 3 is the place where scripture preached the gospel to Abraham. Now the Lord said to Abram, go from your country and from your relatives and from your father's house to the land which I will show you. And I will make you a great nation, and I will bless you and make your name great, and you shall be a blessing. And I will bless those who bless you and curse the one who curses you. And in you, all the families of the earth will be blessed. Be sure to notice here that God did not tell Abram the destination of his journey. Rather, he simply told him to leave Ur and go. Can you imagine? That Abraham left was a profound demonstration of his faith in God. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. We look forward to next time. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share. It really does help get the message to more people, and that's the goal. Grace and peace to you.